Razer is the world's largest ecosystem of hardware, software and services for gamers. Our products and services span across all 5 continents, and we have a very extensive reach of 200 million gamers worldwide. And our employees are also our gamers, and we believe for gamers, by gamers, we want to bring the best and unfair advantage to the gamers worldwide. You work with value chain partners, they are not a singular profile, they're very different profile. Our companies to report in the similar format on Excel, it's frankly very challenging. Whenever possible, we want to really help them to translate their business operative into the template. Well, supply chain is a very integral part of our ecosystem. Without our supply chain, we can't really materialize most of our sustainability targets. As a sustainability practitioner, you really need to look at the bright spot and hot spots of emissions. And most of the companies are actually blinded if they don't have a detailed disclosure by their partners and full transparency by the partners. For Razer, we have very high expectations of our ESG performance, and we do go through a very detailed reporting. We go through life cycle assessment to make sure we map out every single value chain and different product life cycle. How does it going to affect our sustainability goals? And at the same time, because of our presence in different geographies, we adhere to different jurisdictions and different reporting standards, adhere to ISSB, California state legislature, EU CSRD reporting. So doing everything on spreadsheet, it's just unimaginable. SGTech had set aside this Sustainability Guided Programme. With this program, ESGpedia brings our value chain partners through the entire program of guiding them through a sustainability reporting. We're not just leaving them to respond and to fill out questionnaire on their own. By the end of this program, they will be able to actually publish the first ever sustainability report. This is a very fundamental improvement from what we are seeing in the market, and with that, it avails a lot of green financing for our value chain partners. See that as a triple win between our suppliers, Razer, and of course the larger ecosystem.
SGTech took a year and a half to speak to the SMEs we serve. Critical top pain points emerged: confusion, lack of resources, long waiting times for government grants, and most critically, the lack of obvious commercial outcomes to convince SMEs to take action. SGTech Sustainability Guided Programme provides Singapore SMEs with fast and immediate commercial advantage when bidding for their next tenders and applying for their next green or sustainability-linked loans. ESGpedia is a pre-approved solution under the Productivity Solutions Grant. It's a key provider of Singapore Emissions Factors Registry, but most of all, there are over 1,000 corporate users spanning a wide variety of industries. This provides an authoritative delta for SMEs seeking to benchmark themselves. Within a year of the program, SMEs have reported benefits in terms of winning tenders with their own ESG reports and becoming self-motivated to continue advancing their sustainability goals to further build their competitive edge. Now, 2 years down the road, over 50 SMEs have begun filing their voluntary ESG reports through the SGTech Sustainability Guided Programme to achieve better tender and loan application outcomes. Leveraging ESGpedia's digital solutions to simplify sustainability reporting and carbon accounting, we're delighted to enable Razer to help their SME suppliers achieve commercial results above just compliance. ICT SMEs, being lower in carbon footprint and environmental impact, can achieve outcomes faster and better than more complex or energy-intensive businesses. We therefore call all ICT SMEs to join us, start right, get outcomes fast, and catapult yourselves to the head of the curve.
Through this program, we can actually get more of our suppliers to report on their own emissions and also ESG related indicators. To understand their hotspot is to better support them with training so that they could be compliant with our expectations, our responsible sourcing framework. It's a very good use case that we can share with even more companies to become the queen bee for their value chain partners. ESGpedia is ready to do a lot of customization to create a more bespoke experience. We actually start way in advance, 2022. We face the problem of managing the carbon market, and we want to make sure that every single carbon credit our consumer buy through the e-commerce platform on Razer.com, it's actually traceable. Also, separate ledger being publicly facing, it actually instills a lot of confidence. With ESGpedia actually work very closely with us, understand what's the questionnaire, and also help to make the whole user experience more palatable for different profile types. ESGpedia help us harmonize all different standards. So our stakeholders just have to report one time, and it helps to put the data sets in the right places and map out the alignment to different frameworks and standards out there. On the other hand, we also managed to tap on ESGpedia's expertise for supply chain management. Our suppliers span across different jurisdictions and different profile types. As a big company like Razer, we do not want to just get our tier 1 suppliers to report. We want to reach out to tier 2 value chain partners, tier 3 value chain partners. And with a simple click, our tier 1 value chain partner can actually cascade the same questionnaire to their suppliers, which is our tier 2 suppliers. And I think this is something that we didn't see in the market. It's very impressive that we managed to work this out with ESGpedia, and that brings more transparency, not to your immediate supply chain partners, to really your value chain partners 2 steps or 3 steps up the food chain. We are much more capable in terms of addressing compliance related issues. We have more transparency and more data sets to work with to actually manage costs. Instead of flying our executive around the world to really engage our stakeholders, we can strategize and reduce the cost on unnecessary business travel, and to let the questionnaire and the feedback from our value chain partners really help us directly, and it all happens in a matter of a single click. So this is actually very effective and also cost saving. We realized that only 1% of consumers would actually spend extra to offset the carbon footprints of their products that they purchase. But because we have a transparent ledger that is available to our consumers feel more confident because they know what they're buying into. We saw that the amount of consumers willing to pay more to offset the carbon footprint of a product went up 5 times. So I think this is a very significant milestone. It's not just good for business, but also it helps to shift the paradigm on how people view the carbon market. From Razer's point of view, sustainability is a very important part of our business strategy. In fact, sustainability is directly tied to the profitability of our company. So if you look into Razer's sustainability report, we've done the TCFD exercise to incorporate climate-related risk in our enterprise risk management system. And you see that all the indicators have a very material impact, and more than often financial impact to our business, and that equates to sustainability targets having a very material impact on business profitability. So I hope to really further the partnership with ESGpedia in the future to see how we can better inform the management or the link between ESG targets and profitability target. We are on the way to harmonize this, so this will actually work hand in hand to be integral in every business discussion in the company. To summarize our partnership with ESGpedia in a single word: collaborative. We want to run this program for as long as we can, really shed more light, helping our suppliers manage their ESG related problems, and that translates to better disclosure and profitability from Razer's standpoint.